Let's go. Today, guys, we're not only talking about Bitcoin on shorter time frames, we're also talking about huge confusion right now regarding GBTC. Guys, this is stuff you need to know if you're holding Bitcoin at all, because the next couple of weeks are going to be explosive for Bitcoin, and I'm going to talk you through everything that you need to know right now. Okay, welcome back everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to this channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell. So right now, before we talk about the important stuff you need to be aware of regarding the next couple of weeks, let's begin with Bitcoin on shorter time frames. And guys, stick around because this is very important stuff I'm going to reveal later on in this video. Okay, so first off, on the 4-hourly time frame, what can we see here? Well, we did see a small little dump yesterday actually. Off of my blue level, you did see a dump down to my orange level. So you know, paying attention to these levels is pretty much a no-brainer at this point. You don't have to be a TA expert. You don't need to watch these charts, every second of the day. Basic support and resistance of my orange line, my orange box, my blue line, and everything in between. This is very simple to do. Everyone can do it. So I'm trying to make this simple to everyone. So very easy. Look, the orange line off of the $31,000 or $33,000 130, we have now started to go up. You actually went up and met the first point of resistance here at the edge of my orange box. So got rejected 1, 2, 3 times, but got enough momentum to break through this. And you can see that once we broke through this level, we actually went above it pretty nicely here. And also on the way down, support off of my orange box here, got that other dump down to the orange line as well. So just pay attention to these levels. It's the easiest thing you can do, and it's still very effective. It doesn't have to be harder than that, guys. But overall, what are we watching? Well, if you've been following my channel, you already know that now is not the time to jump into a trade, because we are about to see something huge here during the next couple of weeks, maybe even the next couple of days. So let me give you an update on that. If you want to know exactly what I'm referring to, make sure to go ahead and watch my previous videos. But for now, let's talk about the $30,000 level down here. This is going to be support, and the price is right now being pushed down by the moving averages. First on the 4-hourly time frame. So quick little reminder here. Next level of resistance, you can see that the blue line is right now at $35,000, actually below the blue line here. So the 200 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame, this blue line is actually below this, whereas a couple of days ago it was actually above it. So you can see that it is pushing down the price, and this is moving downwards. But the more important is actually the daily time frame, where you can see that we also have the 50-day moving average pushing down the price here. So a couple of more weeks and we are going to have some kind of a resolution to this situation. Actually, we either have to break through these many resistances to the upside, or we have to break the $30,000 level to the downside. As always, I am going to keep you updated. Let's move back to the 4-hourly time frame, because I want to show you a small little thing. So first off, this little formation right here, which we've been talking about, you can see that we broke down below it yesterday, but we actually are inside of it again. So we broke below it, we hit it 1, 2 times on the way up here again, got a small rejection, but then we went up into it again. So that's pretty interesting. So you can still expect this level to, if we have a pump, so maybe we go up something like that, I'm expecting this to still be somewhat of a support on the way down as well. And this is also evidented by watching this level. So remember the old formation we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, where you had this triangle, you had a small little breakout here, went into it again. And if you just, at that point we were looking at it like this, but if you just extend this, you can see that how the price is now, even though, this triangle formation is not relevant anymore, the price is still respecting this trend line very nicely. You can see that we went below here, we hit it multiple times, went above it, got supported here. So that's a small little, trading hack you can use. If you're not sure about where the resistance and where the support is going to be, you can take a previous formation, like we had this formation, and then you just extend the trend line, and price is most likely going to react to that level. Finally, on shorter time frames, guys, I want to talk about something else, and that is the RSI Divergence. Before I talk about that, guys, if you're enjoying this content so far, then make sure to subscribe, activate the bell, and also hit the like button, because right now we need to talk about the RSI Divergence on this is actually the 4-hourly time frame. I want to look at this on the daily time frame, and you can see that, yeah, very clearly on the RSI we're making higher highs and we're making lower lows. Sorry, we're making higher lows, we're making lower lows on the price. This is a bullish divergence. Now we can go down here to the trend line here and make a bounce, and I think that technically the price is most likely going to also be supported on the trend line right here, whilst making a higher low on the RSI. So we can go down, we can make a lower low here on the price and make a higher low on the RSI. So that is going to be a big divergence, and this leads me into what I think the market is doing right now. I think there's just a general divergence in the market because people are very confused. Now everyone are talking about the GBTC Unlocks happening during the I think 19th or 18th of July. Now this is something I talked about, hold on, almost 2 weeks ago. I did give you this warning that July the 17th is going to be vital for Bitcoin, and I still stand by that this is going to be vital, but perhaps not for the same reason as when I was making this video, because the difference right now is that when I was making this video, I was the only one talking about this, but now it seems like everyone on Twitter, everyone on YouTube, just everyone on crypto are talking about this. And what this is all about is, if you haven't watched this video, you can go ahead and watch that as well. I do recommend you to do that. But it has to do with GBTC. Now, if you don't know what GBTC is, it is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And basically what these guys do is they take Bitcoin. Let's say I have, 10,000 Bitcoin. I can put those 10,000 Bitcoin into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And they are now regulated, which means that they are able to be traded on the US stock exchange. Now, why would I do this? Why would I take my Bitcoin and put it into the Bitcoin or the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust? Well, the reason why is that back in the day, there was a huge premium on the Bitcoin on the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So even though this is technically still Bitcoin, it's kind of like a IOU, but with Bitcoin. But there used to be a premium, meaning that I could take my Bitcoin, I could put it into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and I could sell it for 30% more than the actual Bitcoin price. So if I was buying, if I had 1,000, let's just do the simple numbers here for the math. If I had $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, I put it into the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust, and I am able to sell that for 1,300, right? That would be a 30% premium. So of course, a lot of people took advantage of this, and this is why this has actually grown a lot. They're actually holding 3% of the entire Bitcoin supply right now. So this is regulated, it's trading on the US stock exchange. Now, why would people buy this at a 30% premium? Well, they would buy it at a 30% premium because they don't want to, deal with Bitcoin themselves, because they could just use their general stock accounts and buy this. So it was convenient. It was also, from a regulatory perspective, much easier for people to do that. The problem is that, of course, when you have this 30% premium you had on GBTC, people are just going to get too greedy. People are going to buy so much Bitcoin and put it into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust in order to sell it for that 30% no-brainer profit. 30%, just take it, and it's simple profit. Of course, a lot of people are going to do that, especially institutions. Now, also, the other thing is that you have to wait. You cannot sell the Bitcoin immediately. So if I put 10,000 Bitcoin into the trust, I have to wait 6 months in order to sell those Bitcoin. And this is the interesting thing, because people got too greedy. People put so much Bitcoin into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust that now you don't see that 30% premium. So you're not able to sell it at a 30% profit. Instead, there's just been so much Bitcoin being put into this that the premium has actually gone down into a discount. So if they were to sell right now, they're actually selling at a loss compared to if they would have just bought Bitcoin straight out and not put it into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now, the only people who were able to get into to do this kind of thing, it was not me and you. These were institutional investors and accredited, pre-approved customers who could do this. So this is also one thing. Everyday people could not do this. Only the rich were able to profit from this. Now, what were I talking about here in this video? I was talking about the Grayscale Unlocks. Remember, you had to put Bitcoin into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. You had to wait 6 months in order to then sell those Bitcoin at a premium. But right now, it's not at a premium. But when the investors got in the first time, they were expecting this to have been sold at a premium, like when they actually saw that Bitcoin being unlocked. But now it's not being unlocked at a premium. It's being unlocked actually at a discount, meaning they lost money. And you're going to see the biggest unlocks here on the 17th. So this overall vicinity between the 12th and the 24th is going to have a lot of GBTC unlocks. Now, the idea here in this video was that these people are going to dump their shares, which is going to put down or push down the Bitcoin price. Because even though they're not actually selling Bitcoin, remember, they're selling these shares of the trust, which is represented by Bitcoin, but it's still traded outside. You cannot buy it on Binance. You buy it on the US stock exchange. But still, if you start to sell these shares and you start to sell them hard, people are going to say, okay, there's a 50% discount on the Grayscale Trust. So we're going to buy a little bit of that. The idea is that difference is going to equalize itself or arbitrage it out. Now, you can see that during April until June, we've seen a lot of unlocks here. So this is also definitely affecting the market, pushing down the price. But here's the thing. Now everyone are talking about it. There's so much confusion. Alex Mashinsky from Celsius Network, he's mad. He's expecting that the GBTC discount will increase to 25%. I don't know if it's just pulling this out of his behind, but there's no evidence that is actually going to happen. Sure, you can, claim that, but I don't see any numbers other than, his hunch basically. And he says funds that will want to capture the arbitrage will short Bitcoin and buy GBTC at a high discount. But this is also assuming, and also I debunked many of these in this video, because this is assuming that the discount is going to reach equilibrium eventually, which there's no evidence that it is going. Maybe GBTC is now always going to be traded at a discount, because remember, since this launched, I think that the GBTC launched in like 2014, and they've pretty much always been trading at a premium. So now they're trading at a discount, but if they were trading at a premium, during the entirety of its history, maybe now you're going to see multiple years of this trading at a discount. There's no way to know. So I don't think it's as easy as just, buy GBTC when it's at a discount and you're eventually going to eat up that discount and you're going to make that money. I don't think it's that easy. But one thing I can say is that now everyone are talking about this. Maybe we're not going to have this effect of, Bitcoin dumping harder here because people are just too scared right now. People are already front running this amount of Bitcoin being sold in the market. So we will see about that. Guys. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.